from this point on, there are no continues. Keep that in mind. Our next section includes floors 20 to 29, who are decently harder than the previous ones. I'd recommend being around post Mina to take on these stages, as many of them are about as hard as those SOL stages. Floor 21 basically only features red enemies, so if you happen to have Korea Cat by this point, feel free to absolutely spam it. Otherwise, all you need to know is that this stage is basically a harder version of Attack on Our Cyclone, with Christmas D's and Cappies to help support the Cyclone. If you don't have a quick way to take care of them, aka Courier, make sure you bring crowd control units, as Red Cyclone only has one knockback count, as well as extra mid shields for the Cappies. Floor 22 has Flying Ninja Cat as the boss, as well as a lot of Prolos, so make sure you get lots of mid shield and ways to deal with them. Treat this stage similarly to the SOL stage I'm onto you, but now with Flying Ninja, who shouldn't change the stage too much. Floor 23 has Chef Cat as the boss, with alien Bikeliners to back him up. Face, Calamaria, and Alpaki. You can either try to fight this stage as some sort of Dark Souls remake, or try to snipe down the backliners using whatever LD attacks you got, to then be left with a lone Chef Cat. This floor specifically is quite normal and not too difficult. Moving on, floor 24 features Dark Laser with black peons and enemies, with the main two being Lenoir and Taki. This stage is plentiful on cash and contains only black enemies, so treat it as a more difficult version of floor 13. Pizza Cat, especially with wave talents, absolutely crushes this stage, as does basically every War God Uber. Other good options include talented cats in a box, as well as any piercing LD units you may own, like Courier and Housewife to take care of many enemies at once. This stage really isn't that bad, especially with the options above, but is manageable even without them. Floor 25 has focus on wave enemies, similarly to Dark Web, and features C80 with Cory, the Zercory, Pigeon the Sable, and A. Elizabeth the Level, with some other random peons on the side. This stage is very much time-based, so if you can quickly dispose of the Elizabeth, you might be able to win it without even seeing the main threats of the stage. Otherwise, Octopus Cat, as well as any other wave minion you got, are highly recommended and make this stage an absolute joke. Floor 26 has only angel enemies, and is basically a harder version of Oncoming Maelstrom, with Sleipnir as brand new support. Lucky for you, Sanzo and Ramen tear this stage apart. Just make sure to support them with adequate attackers and more mid shields, and you should have no reason to worry at all. Floor 27 features Skelly Cat, who is threatless, some Brolos, and zombie enemies, the main two being Lord Gravy and Miss Haka. This stage may seem daunting at first, but luckily, it has an easy cheese strat involving Maglev, Crazy Hearts, and A. Bahamut. It abuses the zombie peons in the stage that bar under your push, and makes for an easy base clear. The only hard part is getting the cash to summon Bahamut, which is what Maglev's here for. Floor 28 is probably the most infamous of the first 30 floors, and for sure one of the hardest.